Hey, welcome to the show. We're waiting for not Caleb, but Connor to come in, see where he's at. See if he's joined us yet or not. Delete that audio. Get ready to rock and roll here. Uh, Feeling kind of under the weather. Apologize for the voice and all the sniffling and heavy breathing. Thursday, I come down with I don't know, something pretty rough, and trying a temperature over 100. Pretty, pretty rough. Pretty rough. And it was not good. It was not good at all. Uh, Trying to find Connor. There you are. Let me go back on this thing. Trying to figure out this new tablet too. I can't really figure it out. It's hard for me to. It doesn't work exactly like my phone, so it's hard for me to. It's hard for me to get it just right. Huh. I had to set up all kinds of permissions on it as I go along here. Let's see. I thought this tablet was already linked to my phone. Let's see. I may not be able to do it like this. It has everything on here, but it's not doing it. There we go. I know I'd figure it out. Huh. It's not letting me send it. Well, what if we try a different route? I apologize. This is going to be boring as all get out. But anyway, woke up with a temperature like 107, and we're trying to figure, I couldn't. I went on into work anyway, and it just wouldn't. I just didn't get to feeling no better at all. I kept getting worse and worse all day long. By the time I got home, I took my temperature and I took a bunch of medicine, went to bed. I had a temperature of 100, 100.7, and just progressively got feeling worse and worse and worse. By the next morning, I was even worse shape. My temperature's like 102. That was like really, really bad. So I went to bed for a little while, and I had to make a delivery all the way up in New York. So I was like, oh man, what am I going to do? Because I felt like, I just felt really, really bad. So I went and done it anyway. Would stop and sleep a couple hours here and there along the road. just felt like absolute crap. Packed me a bunch of a couple peanut butter jelly sandwiches for the road and a bunch of cold medicine. That's what I lived on, was cold medicine and that sort of thing. Yeah, it was terrible. But anyway, that's what we did. And we just toughed it out. Toughed it out and done it. And got her done. That's all we could do, you know. So it is what it is. Well, I'm trying to figure this thing out here. Ooh. Okay. Text on other devices. I'm turning that on. Let's see if that'll work. Okay. Link tablet to your phone. Okay. Now this is a learning experience here. Okay, how does this work? Okay, I'm trying to do it. Okay. Wi-Fi calling is on. Ha! You might have figured this out. I might not be as dumb as I look, folks. I don't know. Maybe so. But anyway, you're going down the road. I'm just sicker than crap. We're trying to get it all, trying to get everything, you know. Well, I lost it then. Anyway, we're trying to get down the road and make that delivery. And it's just crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Did that work? No, that did not work. Okay, we will try again. Sure, goodness, we can get this thing going. No, it's not working at all. Oh, okay. Okay. We are working on it. Let's see if we get this going now. Try it again. Gotta lay this close, I guess. Find Connor. Okay. Maybe this will go through now. Maybe it'll come through on the correct.
Hello.
Hey, there you are.
What's up?
Hey, welcome to the show. You would not believe, you would not believe how hard this was to try to get the phone and tablet and everything linked up and get you to come through on the tablet.
Oh, you bought a new tablet? That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get the sound better. You've got a lot of background noise still, though.
Yeah, it's probably my air conditioning. My air conditioning might be loud.
It sounds like you're flipping your phone or something or papers.
No, my phone's just laying there.
Anyway, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good. How are you?
I'm pretty sick, as you can tell. I was going through the live stream. You were making a lot of noise. I was going through the live stream, and we were discussing how I'd come down with a temperature of like 101, 100.7, and 102. How I had to make a delivery all the way to New York, and I was like extremely sick, and I'm still pretty sick. But my temperature broke on the way to New York, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I had a rough weekend. Yeah, I felt like crap. So I'm coughing and I'm snotting and all the fun stuff, Still, but
Yeah, it sounds like you got the flu or something.
yeah,
Almost.
I hurt, man. I feel like somebody beat me with a baseball bat from head to toe. It was terrible. It's terrible, but when you got to work, you got to work.
I agree. Yeah. It's either work or starve, right?
That's
You get
right.
to choose.
Yeah, work or starve. That's about the truth of it, especially in this economy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's about all you do. If you're working a 40-hour week job right now and that's all you're doing, you're lucky to buy gas and groceries. And that's about it. Yeah, I mean, if you're working like a blue collar job, that's about it right now.
Yeah, it's expensive anymore.
It's too expensive. It's high. It's
Yeah, how's everything at home? How's that all going?
Yeah, it's good. It's good, but hey, you and a friend of mine sent me some videos about this blue roof deal. These fires. Where was it? Where was those fires at? Uh,
Maui,
yeah,
Hawaii.
yeah, yeah. What do you think about that?
Oh, it's crazy. It makes you think what's actually going on. If you look at the UV scale, and what colors would reflect the UV light, like a black light, like a laser, it would be a dark. It'd be a dark to a light blue, and all the other colors would be very affected. So it kind of makes sense why China is lining up all the roofs with blue roofing.
Oh, China's doing that?
Oh yeah, China's changing their roofing to all blue. It looks like I've seen a bunch of videos and posts of China putting blue roofs on everything.
Well, I sent you one earlier where uh, where the celebrities had recently painted their roofs all blue.
Yep, they are.
Well,
Yep.
some were saying it's China done this. I watched one video that said, China done this when they flew that balloon over and all this other stuff. Then I seen another one that had like a possible energy beam or laser beam or something on a Cessna jet, and that was owned by the State Department. I don't know.
It could be anything.
Who knows these things? I mean, really.
Could be Project Blue Beam. Could be, there's a bunch of conspiracies, and the government, they'll never release that kind of information because it will scare the people.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it'd terrify the people to death to know that.
If it wouldn't, honestly, I think that people should be scared. It's scary times right now. Not only is our economy crashing, it's also going to affect like a lot of people whenever people are going homeless too because of this. People are losing their homes. People are having to move from Maui. Think about how much that's going to cost them to rebuild their home, rebuild their city.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they got insurance.
And where all that money's going to come from.
Yeah. The insurance.
Yeah. The insurance company's screwed though. I'll tell you that. The insurance company is probably not any happier.
No, but insurance has insurance. You know that, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Yeah, insurance has
I'm sure
insurance.
everybody has.
See, insurance, they get their money from you, and that covers their policies, you know. And then and then what they do is they turn around, they sell that risk to a different company. I used to know what they were. Lloyd's of London. But that's not what it is. It's something else, I'm thinking, or it could be. It could be that, but I don't think it is. That's just what comes up. But anyway, they sell that risk to someone else. So even though they got all that money put back aside from their clients, their customers, or whatever, they have all that money put back aside, and they have to keep so much in reserves because of that to cover any kind of major payout. They still insure that risk yet again and get their money back again. Insurance is a money making business if you're at the top. If you're not at the top, if you're one of the salesmen, some of them make money and some of them starve. It's either feast or famine.
Yep. So that's what you were doing whenever you was doing insurance, right? You was starving at the time, right?
Yeah, I was famine. Yeah, we were starving. Yeah, I was working 10 counties and not making nothing. Going in the hole every week. Yeah.
So did you get to watch the Republican debate the other night?
No, no, I'm going to work. I'm going to get up at 2 a.m. to go to work, so I've just not had time. Not had time for anything like that. I tried to watch some of it a little while ago while I was trying to get caught up on the laundry and stuff, but no, it's. I couldn't. I didn't get to watch any of it, and I just now found out that Trump wasn't even in it. Does anyone know why Trump wasn't in it? I tried to Google it, and Google don't have an answer.
We had enough. Yeah, he was at Baxter County the next day, surrounding. I'm not sure which actual courthouse, not courthouse, but penitentiary he went to get booked and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, he was getting booked at the time. The next day, I'm pretty sure. So he filmed something with Tucker Carlson and. But yeah, what do you do for work? You told me you switched jobs. You never really got, and tell me what that part of the factory does. I'm sure the viewers would love to hear.
No, it's boring. It's terrible. It's not a good job. It's not. It's a terrible job. But I don't know how much longer I will be there. I'm getting everything set up right now to go on the road full time, and as soon as I get that done, I'm out of there. So, but it's not. It's basically making the jugs, the plastic jugs that the milk goes in, and it's a terrible job. The machines are.
Hey, that sounds like a good job to me.
No,
I mean, anything that pays the bills, right?
No, well, it don't really pay the bills. Nothing under $25 an hour right now pays the bills. But you have you blink your eyes, and you're gonna have jugs all over the floor in just seconds, and they're all destroyed. I mean, it's just there's like 10 or 15 overhead tracks that runs to the plant of these jugs just going zip 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 just really fast right by you, and going to feed the plant, feed the fillers and the filler lines. So you got to keep your eye on that. You got three machines down there running, making these jugs, all spitting them off, and at the blink of an eye, you'll have a pile up, and it'll mess up. You'll have like 20 jugs all over the floor, and you're having to fight it and get it back and going. By the time you get that machine up and going, you look over and another one's down, then you look back over, that other one's down, and another one's down, and that's just the way it goes. And you got to look up there, and you're out of jugs, so you got to turn on this thing called a bag off, and somebody's got to run back there and open up bags and put them on a conveyor belt and send them to the plant because we're not making enough to keep up with the plant, and then the overhead tracks are constantly hanging up. It's a nightmare of a job.
Yeah.
I mean, it is not fun. It is a nightmare of a job. You literally run.
Sounds like what I would do at Hendrickson. Sounds like what I was doing at Hendrickson. Just constant moving, 24/7, not a break. If you take a second break, you're getting piled up. right?
Yeah. Your head's on a swivel, constantly on a swivel. Your head's just turning this way and that way, watching everything up above you, down below you, watching all the other machines and running for any little hiccup that happens. You're trying to keep your eyes on the machine to make sure they're producing right. You got all of your quality stuff to make sure that you're uh, meeting your quality specs and everything like that too. On top of all that, and it's just it is a nightmare. It's a nightmare, to be honest with you. Um, but I mean, I got to do it until I can get on the road full time. I got to do it.
But what's the positive of this job? You listen to all the negatives. What's the positives?
There is there really isn't a positive. I mean, there really isn't. I can't think of any positive about it, to be honest. That's factory life, though, man. You know how factory life is. There is no positives.
Yep.
There is no positives. You know, you're making in a month what you need to be making in a week. I mean, that's there's not really no positives about it. But
Yep.
I mean, it's the way it is. But yeah, I mean, you can live on pretty good uh, pre pre 2018. You could live well on what we make there and have extra. You actually save money, have extra. But you can't in this economy. This economy is totally screwed the American people, the
And it
working
keeps
class
getting
anyway.
worse.
Yeah,
Keeps
the
getting
working
worse.
class. Yeah.
So, where's your next trip gonna be? I heard you're getting another load here soon. You have you
No,
promoted your business to the podcast?
no, no. I'm not. No, I'm not. Probably not going to take no more loads like that. I doubt I do. I'm just going to. I'm trying to go full time with another company, and I got to buy a trailer, and I got a list of things I got to buy to get the truck ready to go and everything. My air conditioner went out.
Oh,
My air conditioner went out on the truck on the way up to New York. Yeah, here I am sick as a dog, and my air conditioner goes
sweat.
out. Yeah,
Yep.
the air conditioner went on
No,
the
I know
road.
what it's like to drive without air conditioning. Yep, I do.
Yeah, the air conditioner went on the road a couple weeks ago. I got that fixed, but you know. So what do you think
You
about
have
the?
to help me go car shopping when I come home.
I might just sell you the Rogue.
Oh, you might. That sounds good to me.
I might. We'll
But
see where we're at.
but anyway, yeah, I there's a lot of talk about there's um between politics and what's going on in the world, but let's take a step back and let's talk about, like, have you watched the Ahsoka show yet? Disney Plus released 2 episodes of it the other day. Have you seen it?
No, I don't have time for anything like that anymore. I don't have time for
I
anything.
know you're a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
they made it
huge Star
really
Wars
liberal.
fan.
You know what I mean? I know you support that kind of stuff, so
Oh yeah,
they made it really.
I'm totally liberal. Yet you see
Yeah.
my pride shirt I have on. Yeah, I'm
You have a
extremely
pride
liberal.
shirt on? Oh man.
Yeah,
No, but seriously,
I
they're
donate all
ruining
my
everything.
money. That's why I'm
You
broke.
can't
I
go out
donate
and
all
watch
my money
a movie
to
without them ruining it.
LGBTQRSWY and Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
every penny I get, I donate to those people and to Ukrainians, and you know,
No, I would never give away my hard-earned money like that. Donations, no, thank you.
yeah, yeah, we support them full and wholeheartedly on this channel.
I would hope so. I would hope so. Yep. And
But no, I
any
haven't had a
updates
chance
on
to
the
watch.
Peruvian military looking out for the the
Absolutely
so-called
nothing.
aliens?
Absolutely nothing. I'd say it's a huge sob. There's absolutely nothing on it. Every major paranormal and conspiracy theory uh, podcast and YouTube channel hit on it for a couple days, and that was it. It was all the same story, just regurgitated over and over and over. I would say,
I hope.
I'm not saying those people were hoaxed. I'm saying those people was probably scared because it went on for over a month or
Yeah.
thereabouts. But if you're going to do a mass uh, psyop on people, what do? Well, you start over here and you release some information. The military comes out and, hey, we're going to declassify this. And uh, we had a couple of pilots chase a UFO. And we're going to put that out there for everybody to see. And then we're going to go on for a few years later, or a year or so later. And then we're going to come out and we'll say, oh, by the way, Roswell really did happen. And then it's not going to get no media coverage much. It's just going to be like a line on the news, and then it's going to go away. And then you're going to come back here in a little while, a few months, you're going to say, okay, we're going to have full disclosure, open house. And you release a bunch of documents, but you black everything out so that nobody can really see anything. And then you come back
Yep.
out and you say, excuse me. Then you come back out and you say, uh, okay, we got this, we shot down an alien, a spacecraft in Brazil. And then you go, okay, excuse me.
You all right?
No. Here's the way propaganda goes. They're going to do a little bit over here, a little bit over there. Excuse me. I'm sorry. They'll do a little bit over here and a little bit over there. And they are going to basically just kill everything,
Yeah, it makes you think that they all had like the same plan. Like they were like you said, they might have been really scared at the time. So it's either the government stepped in and started shutting down, or it makes you think that like places like YouTube and TikTok were censoring these people's voices. Because that's what they do anymore. They censor, and you can't have an opinion on anything if it's not left liberal, left wing, almost a commie opinion. And that's what these opinions are anymore. They're very commie, and that's what they want to push. And it's kind of sad.
We support the communists here on this channel, this show. That's why we're broke. We give all of our money to the Democratic Party. All of our money.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Go Biden.
Yeah, we're the ones paying for the sex changes of the young children of America, right?
Yeah, we need to do that. We need to make them all sex change. We need sex change. We just let them all be kittens. I mean, who are we to decide? What these people need to be. Let everybody decide for themselves what's best for them.
I agree.
Yeah. You can see I'm wearing my Joe Biden hat right now. So if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see I'm wearing my Joe Biden hat. So I'm super happy to support Joe Biden.
I would hope so.
And I lost Connor. Let's go back again. See if we can get him back on here. Spotify might be getting tired of my sarcasm and kicking me off. I don't know.
All right, I'm back. It booted me for some reason. You said Joe Biden, and it was like, we better get rid of this guy.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I was there thinking too. I'm like, oh my gosh, Spotify's getting tired of my sarcasm or something. But usually Spotify is pretty good about that sort of thing. But no, I don't know what I was trying to say before I got all choked up. They couldn't find my mute button to keep from busting my listeners' ears. When you're doing a huge psyop, you don't want to come out all at once and do just like here they are. But what you want to do is you want to play mind games with people and say, "Oh, they're over here. Oh no, they're over there." You know, and there'll always be someplace
Yeah.
secluded, someplace where you can't get no actual media and see what exactly is going on. It's all hearsay. Like the guy, the congressional meeting. Did he see anything? No. He heard secondhand or firsthand or whatever that this was going on, that was going on. Did he see anything? Does he know anything? No. It's all secondhand. He said, she said, bull crap. Now, that little girl holding the picture of the phone, that was a screenshot of the guy who built that suit flying it at a demonstration. And you can actually see the actual picture on his website. I can't think his name. He's a real live Iron Man. I can't think of his name. Jeremy or something. I can't think of what his name is. But she's showing a picture on the phone and saying that this is the miners. They've got this technology and they're flying around. No, that's the guy that does that. He puts on those demonstrations. He built all that. And so I mean, it's obvious.
So it sounds like I was trying to throw in some fake stuff in there too, right?
Yeah, the official narrative. Yeah, the official narrative of the government that's saying it's these illegal miners trying to scare people off and hoax them. Well, the stuff they're putting out's crap. Yeah, it's fake,
Yeah, yeah.
So it makes you
Yeah,
go.
I'm having a hard time hearing you. You're kind of snuffly. You
Yeah.
all right?
No, I feel like I died 3 days ago, and you just kept me around to do this podcast with you one last time.
Oh man, that's horrible. Well, working at that factory, man, you almost think, man, maybe God's doing you a favor at that point. But
yeah.
Yeah, how you saying? It sounds like torture over there. You know what? There's not much going on for you. It doesn't sound like.
Well, there is a positive to it. I'm not slinging 250 pounds of milk at a time. Right
that's
now.
That's what I was wanting you to say when I asked you if there's any positives to it. You never said that.
Yeah, I'm not slinging 250 pounds at a time. I'm not handling 1 million pounds of milk every 2 days right now.
Well, how's your weight loss journey going? Change the subject from the Peruvian aliens, since people want to turn into a big hoax and start spreading fake stuff. How's your weight loss journey going?
Oh, it's going so good. I feel like I've found all the aliens down there in Peru and ate them at a big barbecue. And
yeah,
that's how good it's going. It's not going good at all.
Your other son's in the Air Force, right? He sent you a couple letters.
Yeah.
How's the airman doing? What's he up to?
Your twin brother is homesick, just like you were. He wishes he could leave.
Yeah.
He wishes he had stayed and helped in the trucking business instead of doing this.
Yeah, is that what he said?
Yeah.
It's not surprising. You remember when I was telling him he should do that, right? You remember?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great when somebody's right. I sent him a letter, though, via Sandbox. If you have people in the military, if you have family members in the military, there's an app called Sandbox. It costs you about $5 to send the letter out. But it's worth it because it gets to them fast.
It does. Are you there? I don't like Sandbox. It might cost him $5, but it costs you $7 for you to write him, and then they'll charge you extra for him to be able to write you back to the parents. And it sounds like it's a financial ripoff. Sandbox.
Well, it's good to send out quick, easy letters. Like me, I don't really have a mailbox right now, so for me to send him a letter, I had to go to the app. So I'm just he receives my mail, I send him with some inspirational messages. And, his boot camp's only 7 weeks. I'm not going to say it's wimpy. I'm not going to say it's the shortest boot camp out of all of them. I'm not going to say it's the Air Force. You know what I mean? And, we all know how the Air Force is. But I'm just saying that I sent him some inspirational messages, and I hope he, looks out for inspiration, looks down in desperation, but does not look side to side.
Well, I don't know. I would not recommend Sandbox at all. To me, it's a ripoff. I remember I would try to write you on there, and they would charge me like $5 is in the letter. Then they'd charge me $2 for you to be able to write me back. So it was like $7 every time I sent you out a letter on Sandbox. But I can just throw a 50-cent stamp on it, send it to you.
Yep, that's true.
And it took just as long for me to get your letter and you get it back as it did for me to go to the doggone mail. Because it took me like 4 days, 3 to 4 days for me to drop it in the mail. U.S. Postal Service got you right there. The thing is with Sandbox, though, you do get the daily updates, the weekly updates, know what your soldiers going through in boot camp. That was nice because then I could read through and I could kind of see what you was going through, what you had this week, and what you were dealing with, and that was nice. One thing I cannot do is I can't find Caleb on Sandbox.
I just type this stuff in manually.
Well, if you could send me, help me do that because I'd like to be able to see what he's going through at boot camp because I can't tell with because I can't find him. But I have no need. I had no desire to write him on there. I've been trying to send him out a letter every couple of days. I didn't get one written this weekend because I went all the way to. I checked off something off the bucket list. I went to Niagara Falls. Did you see the videos?
Yeah, I did. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's beautiful. I mean, you got a bunch of pictures of kids on there, but maybe they're just standing in their way.
They were, man. The kids was like families everywhere, foreigners, and they like. I mean, foreigners. They're kind of a space intrusive, and they just kind of. You know what I mean? Like you'll be standing there trying to film and take pictures, and next thing you know, they're putting their little kid right there next to you, and they're taking pictures of him. Like, oh well, yeah. But I guess where they come from, overpopulated countries or whatever, it doesn't mean anything to them, But here, in the States, we all like our space, But
that's true. Yeah. Now you were going to New York, right? That's where you went to.
Yeah.
For delivery. You went from New York to Cincinnati, right?
No, I went from the town right next to where Michelle works, your aunt works. I went from there all the way to up above New York to up above Niagara, about 2 hours above Niagara Falls.
So, do you think this trucking business is good for people? Like you said, you were making good money by doing it. You weren't going in the hole. You were making a profit. And do you think other people should take a look into it? Maybe,
I would say no. I'd say no. I'd say nobody do it.
Why is that?
Huh?
Why is that?
You don't want too much competition out there, man. Yeah, you don't want competition. Yeah. No, I don't know. It's if you want to sleep, in your truck all the time, I mean, it is what it is. I'm sleeping in my pickup. I went 2 days without no shower. I mean,
no shower, no air conditioning. Oh man, I bet you smell great.
yeah, I'm sure I did. You brush your teeth you not eat. Of course, I'm fat, so I try not to eat much. So, you stop at a place and get you some food, then you stop at the rest area and brush your teeth, and then you go in there and you're trying to fight for a sink in the rest area, in the middle of the night, so you can brush your teeth and wash your face and get yourself cleaned up and go to bed.
Yep.
And I'll tell you something weird about
So
New.
you
Go ahead.
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Now, this stuff is boring. People want to hear about this stuff. But I'll tell you something weird. Weird thing about New York. Why can't you get bottled water in New York?
They probably have a regulation on plastic, I assume.
No, you can buy pop. You can buy Gatorade. All
Or
that
you can buy
stuff.
soda, but you can't buy bottled water.
You can't buy bottled
Huh?
water. It's not in the vending
That's
machines at the
strange.
rest areas. It's no. They got a water fountain. You can drink the tap water, but you can't get Dasani or Aquafina or nothing. I even went out in the boonies, out in little stores, and you get beer, you get whatever you wanted, but you could not get a bottle of water.
Or how beast people over there were. You know what they're trying to do? You know what Alex Jones said? It's in the water. It turns the freaking frogs gay. That's what they're doing.
uh, uh, Gay frogs. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can see it all now. Yeah, turn
I
the
can
frogs
too.
gay. Yeah, but there's
So
definitely something weird going on because they want you drinking that tap water up there.
I
So
guess
you wonder
so.
what the heck's in the water for real.
Well, I guess you can drink the water coming from what, Lake Michigan over there? Is that where most of their water's coming? I know
No, Lake
there's
Michigan's
a
on the other
part, but
side.
isn't that salt water
You're looking
to
at
the east?
you're looking at Lake Erie and Lake Ontario on that side, and then you're looking at the ocean on the other side. Yeah, it's all salt
Yeah, the
water, isn't it?
ocean's on the other side.
But yeah, some of the people I talked to, they didn't have tap water. They had well water.
Uh,
They dug wells because they weren't drinking the water. But yeah, you go to a rest area, you can't even get a bottle of water out of a vending machine. And I went to a couple of country stores way out in the boonies, and you can't hardly get gas up there up north in New York.
I'm sure there's charging stations though, huh?
Yeah, where there's gas stations. But get this, you'll go, and I don't know what it is, but I mean, pulling a load, I was left from one gas station to the next. If I passed up one in the middle, I was had.
Yeah.
A lot of times I
Yep.
pulled into the gas station with 50 miles left on a tank of gas. Yes.
You were pushing.
Yeah, I was pushing it. Yeah.
What would have happened if you'd have ran out?
I've been stranded. I'd have to call somebody to get a jug and bring me some gas. Or I'd been walking. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Do you think they do that on purpose too?
I don't know. But they were building some. They were actually building some. So, I mean, hey, that's a plus. But still, of course, this time I was on the northern side of New York. The last time I was on the side close to New York City, and but they're all like that, both sides of the state. It, yeah, it just you know, if anybody's out there listening from New York, why can't you get bottled water and why don't you have
Why can't
gas
you get gas?
stations? Yeah, I mean, there's gas stations, lots of gas stations in the towns, but the towns are so far apart. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not
So
like
you're
here.
pushing it from town to town.
Yeah, it's not like here where it's like it's farmland and little communities all along, and there's every 10 miles, 5 to 10 miles, there's a gas station. You know what I mean? For the most
Yeah.
part. I mean, for the most part, not going down towards Albany anymore, but there used to be. But not going down, towards the county to the south of us, but or not the south of us, but to
Yeah.
the west of us. But you know, like most places you go around here, every 5 to 10 miles there's a gas station, you know, and there's houses and stuff. Up there is absolutely nothing. You get
I bet you were getting sweaty palmed every time you looked into that gas meter. You were probably praying.
well, after that one time, I just whether I needed gas or not, I didn't know where I was going to be getting it again. If I seen a gas station, I just stopped and filled up because I didn't
I don't
know.
blame you. You have to.
Well, yeah, I didn't know how far. I didn't know where I was going. Never been there before. So I just filled up. So what
I'm
you?
tempted to drive to Oklahoma if I buy a car. That's my plan. Instead of having to fly out,
Yeah.
pack some of my stuff up in a couple of containers and drive down there. It's like a 12-hour drive. I could do it though in a day. So
So you closer from Fort Sill? It took us 2 days to get to Fort Sill.
yeah, no, it's only a 12-hour drive
Huh.
from the base I'm going to. But I'm gonna leave a couple of days early because I'm gonna take my house hunting leave and find me a house while I'm out. Before I get introduced to the command and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Right. Well, so what do what have you been up to besides work?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Work. And I'm behind.
Have you not been hunting? When's bear season start?
Huh. I don't know.
You bought a bunch of fancy guns with a bunch of fancy ammo. If I was you, I'd get those hunting licenses. I would go out there and find something.
That's home protection. That's home protection for what's coming. But we don't hold any guns. I sold all my guns and donated all the money to the Democrats and the LGBTQ RZYs and Ukraine.
Yeah.
And China.
Good. You sent those firearms all the way to Afghanistan, huh?
No, we don't want those guys having guns either.
I'll be home in a couple of weeks. The 20th of September. I'd like to see it before I go to Tennessee.
Yeah. What's in Tennessee?
This is where me and Kira's gonna go for vacation. Take a vacation.
You'll be here, and I'll be having to try to leave to go down there if I can. Yeah. You'll be leaving Lackland Air Force Base, and I'll be headed there.
Yep. Hey, I would love to come with you. It's just the 29th. He graduates the 29th, so we'd have to leave the 28th, and I had to stay there for 2 or 3 days with you, and it's like it's not much time. As much as I'd love to see him, my brother, it's just I just don't know if it'll fit in the schedule. Now, if we were flying, we could make it work. But the drive's a 17-hour drive. It's an 18-hour drive from home. So you're gonna be, that's a day of driving right there. You know what I mean?
It's more than that because you get so tired, you have to stop.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you get exhausted.
Yeah, trust me, I know. I know. I was in 11 states in 4 days, and some of them twice, and Tennessee 3 times, huh?
Was your eyes getting tired?
Oh yeah, I was tired. I was wore out. I was so tired that by the time I hit Georgia, Dad told me to stop and get my butt a room. So I did. But what do you think about these debates?
All the debates, they were something else. I mean, I think Trump won the debates, to be honest with you, and he wasn't even there. That's what everybody's saying, and it's the truth, because that's all they talked about the whole time. What do you think about, January 6th? Well, Trump did this. What are you going to do differently? Oh, Trump done this great. I just want to expand. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, and then there were guys like Chris Christie and Pence, always down talking Trump, and it's like, Chris Christie, he's running his campaign off of hating Trump. That's my campaign.
Well, here's my thing with Chris Christie. I don't like him.
I don't think anybody does. I don't think his donors like him. I think they're just getting him to run just so he can take the votes away from somebody else.
They say if you'll be really rich, run for president. Get in those debates, and you're rich for life. That's what they say.
So.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them. I think it's going to be DeSantis, Trump, and Vivek Ramaswamy. Those are the only three guys that I see going anywhere. But
I hope we get.
Still think it's going to be another landslide for Joe Biden.
Oh my God. Well, it probably will be anyway. No one voted for him last time, but everybody did.
Yeah.
Here's my thing: Mike Pence don't even need to be there. If I was that guy, I would never show my face around politics again. The way
Unless you want to Democrat.
Yeah, he is a George Bush son of a gun. You know, George Bush, I don't know if you know this or not, right? But George Bush was eating senior was eating supper, okay?
Okay.
With the guy right before his boy went and shot Reagan. And what did he do? As soon as Reagan was shot, he was trying to take control of the White House. He was trying to get sworn in as president.
That's insane.
Yeah. Nancy Reagan and Ronald Reagan's chief of staff, and I can't think of his name right now, they fought off the Bush onslaught to try to take the presidency right then and there. Yeah, Mike Pence to me.
The Bushes were as corrupt as they came now.
Oh yeah, the Bushes are corrupt as all get out. Bushes are corrupt. Mike Pence, as far as I'm concerned now, the way he turned his back on Trump, the heck with him. And I don't even think that
they're selected anyway.
Yeah, I think they're selected. I do. I think they're selected. But if you're somebody,
why are they chasing after him so bad? You know, they don't just want him put in jail; they want him dead. You know what I mean? Like he must have, he must be up there. He must actually love the country for them to want to get rid of him this badly.
I think Trump really loved the country. I think they thought he would be one of these guys that just do whatever and let them destroy the country. All these new world order guys, these World Economic Forum guys, and man, the Republican Party is as full of them as is the Democrat Party. These people are bad news. These are the people that want you eating bugs. These are the people that's pushing this cricket protein. They're shutting down their doggone chicken places, telling people in New York and everywhere else you can't eat beef, you can't drink milk. All the things that make you healthy and strong. They want it gone. They want people weak, dumb, and fat.
Yep.
And not know what the doggone sex they are. I mean, it's the craziest bunch of crap ever was. You know why? Because a bunch of weak.
And you can't say nothing about it either.
Well, they say you can't say nothing about it. But the thing is, if you have a bunch of weak people, weak-minded people, they'll go along with these policies of you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. They want to take everything we have away from us because, they have all the money in the world. So what else do they need? Us. They need complete power and control over us. And it's coming with the new coin. Have you seen the new coin?
I have not. No, what is this new coin?
Australia's gone cashless. They started doing away with their cash completely. Yeah.
So they're doing the chip, aren't they?
I don't know about the chip, but they're it's all digital currency, and they say by the end of the year they're going to try to force it on us too. But I don't know. I do have a couple U.S. dollar coins, digital coins. Nothing. I mean, nothing to write home to your mom about or nothing. But but just just a few, just to see how it works. I don't like it because it's a lot like what Andrew Tate said about using your credit card and swiping, like what we got into with PayPal. Every time you spend it, everybody gets a cut, and that's the same way with this digital coin. When you send it to someone, you got to pay them to take it. You got to pay your wallet or your banking institution, your digital wallet. You got to pay them to send them the money. When then people collect it, they got to pay a fee on top of that. So they're not even getting all the money that you gave them. It's highway robbery.
No.
That's highway robbery.
Yeah, it's almost like you're stealing from the people.
Well, yeah, it's stealing from the people. It's stealing their wealth. If I have $50 and I pay you to do a job for me for $50, I hand you that $50 bill. What do you have?
$50.
You have $50. Okay. You go down town and you buy something with that $50. Say you give it to, say you owe your buddy for a month's worth of haircuts or whatever, and you give him that $50. What's he got?
If you hand it through cash, he's got that $50.
Right. But say now but say I paid you with digital or with electronic transaction, and it charged. I paid $60 to give you 50, and then you take that 50 and you go down and you try to pay him, and it's going to charge you like 10 or 20% too. So like PayPal does, or if you're using a digital coin, it's going to charge me $5 to give you that 50, and then you go downtown and try to pay him with that. It's going to take part of that, and then you're still going to owe him money, and then he's going to have a transaction fee on top of that.
So accept it. Yeah.
Huh?
Take the transaction off.
Yes. And they bleed you dry.
I mean, it's a wealthy market right there. Now, if you look at the way that the economy is going now, we're really gonna need a change in what's going on with these. Because the biggest reason why the economy's trash right now is because of all the regulations on everything. You know what I mean? If you can't produce enough of a product, of course that price of that product's going to go up because there's still a demand for it. And eventually we're going to stop pumping oil from Russia. It's either they're going to stop selling it to us or, we're going to stop buying it from them. We're going to have to start pumping the oil back from the America. And eventually something's got to change because not everybody's going to be able to keep it, because the people who are poor keep getting poor. You know what I mean? They're not, oh, I'm poor this year, but I'm a little bit less poor next year. They're poor this year. They're a little bit more poor next. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So something's going to have to change here soon and quick. And from the way it looks, with everybody hating Trump and wanting Trump to be gone, that's just telling us that that's the guy that we got to vote for.
What happens if they do kill him? I don't think you're going to. I think it's propaganda. But if they really do push through, get the death penalty for him, you're looking at civil war here in America.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you're looking at civil war. You're looking at the military on the streets of the United States under martial law fighting the citizens. That's what you're looking at. Because the Democrats
I think it'll be left versus right. I don't think it'll be military versus the civilian. I think it'll be left versus right.
No.
Because
who's in control? Left's in control.
The thing is about the military, though, is the military members, they love the people. They most of the military members, they are conservative. Even if they don't just flat out come out and say it, they're pretty conservative. And when it comes to freedom and their rights, that's what we fight for. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're not gonna.
Well, I hope so, because I sold all my guns and all my survival food and gave all my money to the military. So
I would hope so. I thank you for your support. So what do you do on a night like this? You working tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm fixing
29 Polk Drive. You working tomorrow?
Yeah. Why don't you just tell everything to everybody out there? I think this is your last chance as a co-host. Well, it's been a pleasure being a co-host with you.
Yeah.
You're
I think that
fired.
joke was kind of funny too on my Facebook.
You're
Has
fired.
the viewership skyrocketed though since I've been sharing it? I've been trying to have everybody share it that they can.
Yeah, I think we've got like 2 watchers right now. I think we've had I think and
That's good.
yeah, we're down from like having like 30 and 40 listeners on Spotify down to like 5. So we're doing great. Seriously.
That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe they're I used to get notifications for the broadcast too, but even on YouTube I never get notifications anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say YouTube. We don't get no views on YouTube whatsoever. And seriously, the viewership is down all the way around, but it is summertime, so and we don't and it's
summer, maybe some of your listeners are from some of the other countries that we've been talking about, like Peru and Ukraine and all that kind of stuff. You never know.
Yeah. No, I have listeners in Germany and Australia and Saudi Arabia, Canada, uh, United Kingdom, Nigeria, Italy, Mongolia, Sweden, Malaysia, India, Ecuador, Indonesia, and the Philippines. So, yeah.
You ever thought about doing more videos of the paranormal stuff that you were talking about a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, we're trying to do. That's what we try to do mainly is paranormal. We can't find anything though. Nothing going on in the world, and it's hard. It's hard to get guests too. Right now, I've emailed all kinds of people about guests. Can't get no guests on, but it is what it is.
Is he not going to go on that one talk show?
Yeah, I am. They're not taking. They're not recording right now. So whenever they start to record again, what they do is they record a whole bunch of guests at one time, and then they go through and they have a big fancy setup. So what they do is they go through and they digitally analyze everything, that's said and cut and edit and all that kind of stuff, and put together the interviews then. But what they do all their interviews at one time, and then they come back and they release them weekly. So I'm waiting for them to start to record again, and right now they're in the time of backlog right now. So once they start getting ready to start scheduling interviews again, they'll email me a schedule. And I have to work it out with them. But yeah,
I hope that goes well.
Yeah, it should boost the show. But yeah, there's
that's what you need. You could, or do you do paid promotions? I'm sure you could do paid promotions on Facebook.
Yeah, they wouldn't pay out. Wouldn't pay out. But I mean, I did some with the other show when we were still monetized, but now that we're not monetized, I ain't got enough listeners right now to be monetized again. So it wouldn't pay off to do that. But it is
so
what
you
it
lost
is.
your monetization. How did you lose your monetization?
My viewership dropped down too low. Yep. But it is what it is. Slump. I might have talked about some things I shouldn't have. You know how it is. Talk about the wrong things, you get shadow banned or whatever. I mean, but you got to have an interesting show for people to want to listen to it. You gotta have
agree.
And Bigfoot and Dogman and stuff like that's interesting. People want to escape from this crazy world because there's enough doom and gloom, and every day the news is telling us we're on the verge of World War III and Moscow's getting bombed. Do you ever think you'd live in a time when Moscow was getting droned and bombed? I mean, really.
I would not. I wouldn't even think about it, to be honest with you.
No, at one time Moscow was one of the most heavily guarded and protected cities in the world, like Washington, D.C. It just blows my mind that they can get in there and do anything in that city. And I know Putin's supposed to be the bad guy here, but he outlawed transgender couples from adopting children.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's supposed to be the bad guy here, and I don't know. I know he is a World Economic Forum guy, so he can't be all that good. So he was him and Zelensky are both World Economic Forum young leaders of tomorrow or whatever they was. They were they were molded and brought up World Economic Forum, both of them.
Yeah.
So that kind of tells you what you need to know about the Ukrainian war there.
Yep, it does. Yep, it does.
Yeah. So
Well, anyway, it's been good. It's almost been 2 hours, hasn't it?
no, 30 minutes. Well,
No.
I got 30 minutes. I got an hour.
Oh,
It's been 1 hour. Yeah, two 30-minute segments. Yeah, but yeah, we yeah, I don't know what's going on over there, but you know, Putin's doing that. But I sold everything I own and give all my money to the transgender people. So, we support them here.
that's good. That's good. Yep, you
I stole that from Michael Deacon, by the way. Every time
I'd say
someone,
so.
yeah, every time someone says something like that, he's like, "Oh well, we support those guys. I give all my money to them." So, you know, I stole that from Michael Deacon. Kudos to that podcast, great podcast.
Do you plan to look into the Peruvian aliens anymore? Or you think that's a done deal, that situation's already been dealt with? It's nothing to look back into.
I'm
Because
still,
if so, we can start looking into Project Bluebeam next week, and we can do some more research on that and come back to the people and give them real news.
yeah. Well, I thought we was going to do that this time, but we talked around it and never did do it. Okay, so they had all these fires, and everything that was blue, a certain tinge of blue, did not burn. Correct.
Correct.
But celebrities' houses, all these people painted their houses blue, their roofs blue, and all these properties have been painted blue, and none of it's even untouched. Even umbrellas didn't burn up in areas where cars was untouched, where even their wheels melted off of them. But it
The
didn't.
asphalt, yep, the wheels were melted to the asphalt and everything.
Yeah, the asphalt did not melt though.
No, it did not.
What's the
Yeah,
what's the melting temperature of asphalt?
like 300 degrees,
Yeah, that's what someone said.
360,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, yeah. Strange things happening. Uh, it also says a lot while these fires are popping up everywhere, all over the place too.
Yep, some here in Texas and Louisiana. There's it's insane. They're trying to push global warming. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make everybody believe that these fires are started by global warming. But
Yeah,
have people forgot what it takes to start a fire? It takes the fuel source, it takes heat, and it takes air.
it takes a spark.
It can't just take, yeah, well, it's a fuel source, right? Something's got to fill it.
Something. The
Now,
fuel source is there
if
during the
somebody just
heat.
yeah,
The fuel source is there with the grass, the trees, and everything else, the underbrush and all that stuff. The fuel source is there, but they've got to have an igniter. There's got to be a catalyst there. And that catalyst is usually a person or some sort of weapon.
yep,
You know, whether it's a direct beam, energy beam weapon, or if it's a laser or what, uh, or if it's like in Australia. Remember, oh, it's global warming setting all of Australia on fire. This has happened a few years ago. I don't know if you remember it. It was around 2018. All of Australia was burning. You know what they found? They found it was a bunch of guys in trucks going around and starting these fires all over. All of it was global warming causing it. Global warming causing it. Then they
yep.
got busted setting those fires. you know, it, it's all propaganda. Is the Earth changing? Yeah, the seasons have changed a little bit since I was a kid, but the Earth always changes. It always changes. It's like they say, oh, oil comes from dinosaurs. We're going to run out. No, Earth. Oil is a byproduct of the Earth. You can pump a well
Yep,
dry and come back in 10, 15 years, and that well will be full of oil again. That's just the way it is. And it just blows my mind that people won't research and look and take the time to study things themselves. And if they did, we'd all be a lot better off.
I agree. Yep. So the Project Blue Beam, the lasers, apparently there was satellites during the time of the Chinese air balloon that were right there at the destination Hawaii. Chinese satellites were right there at the destination Maui, I assume. It was positioned right above during the time of the air balloon. Do you think maybe the air balloon could have been a distraction, so where we wasn't paying attention to the Chinese satellites above our country, or do you think that it's just a coincidence?
Oh, I just dropped my phone. I think that is. I think the weather balloons are Chinese satellites. I don't think there's any satellites up there in space. I think they're all satellites down here on balloons, is what I
Are
think.
you don't think there's any satellites in space?
No, no, I do not.
I think that's what would have.
No, I don't. I think they're all. I think they're all about the size of a Volkswagen car, and I think they're all on hot air balloons. And the reason for that is you can't find no pictures of any actual satellites in space. It's all CGI stuff. Now, are they really up there, really, really, really high? And if you're looking at them from the ground, you couldn't even see them with the naked eye. But if you was looking at them with uh, a telescope or something, could you even see them? I mean, because they're way, way up there. Look how big an airplane is, and when it gets up there really, really high, it looks like a speck. So I don't know. I just I just don't know. I there could be stuff up there, but I don't know. They've told us this stuff so much, and everything's so, there's so many lies. You know,
Yep.
I'm I'm just to the point where I don't believe anything anymore until they just prove it to me. You know, if I see an alien standing out back in my yard, I just you know I'm going to be skeptical. It's the same thing about Bigfoot and Dog Man and everything else. Have I heard things? Have I seen things? Yeah, but till I can shoot one, I just leave it laying in my backyard or wherever. I just don't know if I'm buy it all or not. I'm just
Yep.
old age has made me a huge skeptic. It's just the way it is.
You're not even old yet. You're middle aged at this point. You're only
There's
you're
no
only in your 40s. I mean,
Yeah, I'm nearly 50. Yeah, we're pushing it.
nearly and 50 still middle age. You think about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely how good of shape you're gonna be. I mean, you're probably gonna make it up there. I mean, look at the rest of our grandparents. You know what I mean? That they're making it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a weird scenario with the whole blue. Oprah Winfrey putting on a blue roof on her house, even though it doesn't match anything. Like it, it's just not adding up. So something has to be going on for them to um, between uh, the Illuminati or the Chinese. It's hard not knowing anything, and you see stuff going on, but nobody else is talking about it because they're too scared or they just don't know, and it's concerning. People need to wake up. People need to start paying attention to what's going on around them.
Well, here's the thing about the elites. Some say that all the governments and everything's all together and it's a big, huge cabal. Then other people say, "Hey, marriages don't even work out anymore. Why would why would a whole bunch of 200 or 300 families of elite people running the world be able to get along and have the same goals and uh, the same direction for one planet?" Uh, you know, I don't know. I'm starting to see everything as chaos, and maybe that's what they want you to see it as. But somebody somewhere knows something, you know, and whether it was leaked to them because insiders had information from our government, or uh, these people are rich enough they can hire their own intelligence people if they wanted to, their own security teams. They can do whatever, find out information or whatever, and maybe they're getting information that way from their security teams, or maybe their security teams have connections in government that you know may tell them this, that, or the other. Or maybe they're on the payroll. Maybe these celebrity influencers are really just that. They're there to push the propaganda on the people, and so they protect them. With that comes, a certain amount of protection. I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't know, but or maybe it's the insurance companies. I mean, who knows? But it's definitely weird. It's definitely weird that all this is going on. But I mean, think about this. They basically tested our grid. If that was really Chinese, if that was really Chinese, and they were testing us, and they know now that they can take out our grid. For the last 20, 30 years, they've been saying we need to get our entire grid system underground and get it protected from an EMP blast. Sorry I'm yawning, but we have yet to do that. And heck, our transformers and everything else is made in Taiwan or Korea or Japan or somewhere else or China. We don't have any of the infrastructure to do anything. Even our uranium for our power plants we buy from Russia, because we sold Hillary Clinton sold all of our
Yep.
a big portion, or if not all of our uranium up there in the northwest, to a Russian company, and they take it and they go and they refine it or whatever they do to it, and then they sell it back to us for to run our power plants on. I mean, this integrated world is a great thing as long as everybody's buddies, but when everybody's got their knives in their hands looking to stab each other in the back, it's not such a good thing. And it's when everybody's wanting to be top dog, they're gunning for you. But now we have ourselves to blame, and we destroyed the dollar. We've destroyed it, and we've used it to destroy countries and everything else. And and it's robbed us of wealth. It's robbed the people of wealth. And it's robbed other countries of their wealth. And it is what it is. But so that's a thing that we're just going to have to face someday.
Yep.
Well, bud, it's past my
It's going
bedtime.
to come really soon, I believe.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm afraid we're looking at major conflict any day. Unfortunately, unfortunately. I just hope you guys stay safe.
Maybe right before next election. You never know.
You never know. You never know what's coming. But stay safe. We love you. Thanks for coming on the show. And we'll see you next week.
Sounds good, Dad.
Unless I fire you.
No, you wouldn't do that.
You never know.
I bring a pretty good sense. I bring up good points.
You bring up stuff you don't need to bring up too. All right, buddy. You have a good night. We'll see you.
You as well, Dad. I see that. 29 folks.
That kid.